Hello everyone and welcome to episode 10 of 6 out of 7 podcasts. I'm Liam.
I'm Callum. I honestly didn't think we make it this far. 10 episodes.
10 episodes.
Jesus Christ.
We've got 11 subscribers.
That's wild.
That's one an episode.
That's more than one an episode.
So if we get to episode 100...
100 subscribers.
Maybe.
Why don't you factor in followers on Twitter? No. The other one, Spotify.
Because it's not that many.
Oh, is it not?
It's like we're at like 100 listens.
100 listens?
But I think how that works is it's plays all the way through.
Oh, okay.
Or I'm going to tell myself that.
Okay.
Anyway.
If someone knows, they could write in.
God, every episode with the writing in.
People are writing in.
No one's writing in.
People are writing in.
Okay. Anyway, episode 10, we're going to talk about worst MCU films.
They've got to be in the universe. You can't talk about the Japanese Spider-Man. All those things. No.
I don't know the Japanese Spider-Man.
It's bad.
I think you've explained it on this podcast, to be fair.
No. Correction from last episode. Underoos, nothing to do with basketball. Someone told me that. It has something to do with basketball. It's not so, but he's talking about underwear. He's in underwear. Underoos.
I don't get
your underoos.
Oh, because he's like...
He's in a skin tight suit. Underoos. You're in your underoos.
It's weird.
Apparently that's what it means. Someone told me it was basketball. I don't know who, but they were wrong.
I should have just googled that.
Yeah, well, that's what I did after the podcast.
Yeah, and you find out that someone lied to you.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
I just feel like I'm too gullible. That's what I feel like. But anyway, we're talking about worst MCU.
Yeah, so we've got...
Try to be brief.
We've got two different ones and then we've got one similar one. I think it's like the universally bad one.
Right. Which is the... Oh, tell me about that one. Show that one?
No, well, I want to say I watched Lars and the Real Girl to start
You
off
watched Lars and the Real Girl? Did you cry?
It was good. It was okay.
You didn't emote with it.
Did you emote
happy I cried, mate. I've told you about
At what point
this.
though? Spoilers for
Lars and the Real Girl. I cried when he's having a little dance to This Will See a Place.
Why though?
Because it's sad, but also quite charming and winning and nice. And the bit where the brothers have the heart to heart about like, I'm sorry I left. Like I left you in a shit situation.
You're crazy.
No, I'm not. I'm just a bit emotional. I'm in touch with my feelings.
It was good, but it wasn't as for what happens in it.
Right.
The main point of the story. I didn't think it was funny enough.
Funny enough.
It wasn't.
I don't think it was supposed to be especially a funny film.
Yeah, I just thought like when he was sitting with her at
Right.
the start, me and Steph were both watching it, and he introduces his brother and his wife to this
Emily Mortimer's so good.
this sex doll.
Yeah.
That is he's pretending it's a real person, and he's just introduced it, but it always feels like he's on the verge of like laughing and being like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you guys have been going along with it."
Really?
And yet, like, there's a lot of good scenes in it. The whole party scene's really good, and like his love interest.
Yeah, Margot, something, I don't know.
Whatever.
I forget.
Like,
She's like the blonde winning one.
Yeah, she was really nice, and it's good, but it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't touch you. I kind of got that. I suspected that.
When they take her into hospital and they've got the oxygen mask on her, I'm like, right, this is gone too.
They're wasting state resources.
Yeah, they take her in an ambulance, and like just an ambulance not cost like thousands of pounds, you know, but
it's a small town.
It's just a nice little story.
I like, guys, watch it and see what are you a Liam
Definitely.
or are you a Callum?
This
could be like a litmus test for who you are. Like if you are you Lars pro or Lars anti?
I'm pro, but only just.
Only just. I cried, man. I had a real fucking moment.
It's just another one to tick off the list of Gosling films, but
yeah,
might get round.
Do you reckon it's up there? In terms of, no, it's down.
No, it's.
It's quite funny when he throws that flower away. He does a lot of like physical comedy in that. He like the way.
Oh yeah, when he's
giving the flower and then she comes around and waves. He's like
instantly
like wings it. It's
he's too awkward. Like that's the thing. Like no one would want to be his friend because he's too awkward.
But he's also gorgeous. You know that he's like this great man inside.
It's like he can't be touched.
Yeah,
and he can't hold a conversation with a lot of people. He's too awkward.
So spoilers, like by the end of it though, he's changed.
He can be touched.
He can be. They have like a moment. They're going to be together.
He kisses the doll.
Yep.
Anyway, watch it. It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. It's quite cheap to buy on a DVD.
Yeah, 2 for £10.
Believe it or not, didn't do very well. They want to get rid of those DVDs.
When's it from?
2007. Taking up shelf space. Just get one
for Marvel films, which we're going to talk about now for like an hour. So
are we going to do an hour?
Ah, yeah, full circle. Let's go. Come on.
What's your first one then? What's your first one?
My first one is going to be First Avenger.
Captain
because
America.
It's not. When I spoke to Callum about what films we were going to pick, like a few of his would have been on my list, but didn't just want to do 3 of the exact same.
Would have been short though.
It would have been. Hey, why?
I think we should be shorter.
No, not shorter than 45 minutes. But yeah, so Captain America: First Avenger. It's like
2011.
I didn't write down the date. I don't know why I did.
2010, 2011. My guess.
Nah, because it's.
I'm googling it, but carry on with your feelings.
Must be 2008 is when it started, so it must be 9. I'm going to say.
You reckon? I reckon it's because I was about to go to university, and I saw it in the cinema like before I was about to go away. So that's like 2010, 2011.
Did you just Google Captain America?
Whoops.
Why are you so bad at this?
Stop. Why talk about the film? Talk about the film.
Yeah, so yeah, I just wanted it to be the first one because it's not, like, by far, it's not the worst one in the whole, how many films there are. It's just, I don't really like it. It's one of my least favourite.
2011.
Oh, good.
Get there in the end.
Good on you.
Give me time.
Oh, you just Googled Captain. He was on the Wikipedia page for Captain America.
Stop it, I'm sick. Also, we're both a bit sick. That might affect things.
I'm better than last week because listening last week was a fucking drag.
I'm worse than last week.
Yeah. Director by Joe Johnston.
I don't know him.
He done like Jumanji and
right.
The Rocketeer.
Haven't seen The Rocketeer.
So a lot of like stuff, older stuff, I guess. I'm not sure why he was picked.
Yeah.
I don't like the look of the film. See that
Yeah.
kind of sepia.
Yeah.
It's like this is in the
Deliberately,
40s,
we're
you
in the
know.
40s, yeah.
I don't like that. I think Hugo Weaving as Red Skull is like totally underused, and he's a bit
Wasted, yeah.
He's a bit like, I'm just crazy.
Yeah.
I'm really glad he came back in Infinity War. I'm glad we got to see him again.
Was that him though?
No, that wasn't Hugo Weaving.
Yeah.
But
Red
it was
Skull.
Red Skull, yeah.
I know it was Red Skull, Liam, but is it Hugo Weaving?
No, it's a different guy.
Yeah.
I think it presents like Captain America, like, for his introduction, is quite dull, which I know that's a lot of people's problem with him.
Captain America is like a Superman.
He's
character.
just like, oh, he's just quite.
He believes in Christianity and American values.
Exactly, yeah. Say your prayers and eat your vitamins.
Yeah. I like the bit in Spider-Man Homecoming. This is such a tangent. The bit in Homecoming where Captain America does the PE videos for all the schools.
Yeah.
And the guy, like, it's Hannibal Buress that's like the PE teacher. He's like, pretty sure this guy's a war criminal
Yeah,
now, but we're
going
to watch the video.
Yeah.
I love that. It's the way that he inhabits that world is quite funny.
I think he gets, like Steve Rogers, like, gets better as they go. He gets more likable and more.
You learn a bit more about him.
Yeah, but he's more relatable, obviously, as like before he gets this serum in him, like the super soldier serum. But
even before that, he's got all the good values, right? Like he jumps on that grenade. That's the man we should make a superhero.
Yeah, well, that's why they're like,
Yeah.
we want him. But it's just, I think he's quite boring in it. It's quite a generic story.
Yeah, it's a war film much more than it's a superhero film.
Yeah, it's very by the numbers, just quite generic, and I just think it's quite a boring introduction to it. All the best stuff is like the stuff at the end where you're like, he's frozen, and I do like the bit where they've got the room built. And he's like,
and he figures it out.
He's like, I was at this game, and he just fucking like runs. But yeah, it's just, I don't have too much to say because it does have a lot of. I like Peggy in it. I like Tony Stark's dad in it.
He's the guy.
Howard Stark.
Howard Stark. He's the guy he was in like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter and films like that. Like he does some bad films.
Good on him, but
yeah, he needs to pay the bills.
I think he's in Agent Carter as well.
I've got the Wikipedia
Don't
thing.
just enough with the Wikipedia because you're terrible at it. All right.
I'm unwell.
But yeah, it's like, it's not the worst one, obviously, but it's one of my least favourites. So
I mean, what is there? 22 films, so like they can't all be good.
Exactly.
Some of them have got to be at the bottom.
A lot of them aren't good.
Yeah, I remember liking that film and watching it just in that 2011 summer of, and I was about my life was about to begin. I was about to go to university.
Yeah.
And the first Avenger. I think that was when I was first kind of becoming aware of this continuity. And he's going to be the Avengers, right? Like the Avengers is coming up, and it did. I think kind of maybe in a Captain Marvel kind of way, like prep you for that. Like this is what's happening longer down the line.
Yeah. I can't remember the first one I've seen in the cinema. It wasn't Iron Man.
Oh, it was Iron Man for me.
It wasn't Iron Man. So have you seen them all?
I don't know if I've seen them all in the cinema. I did watch one of mine. Shall I do one of mine?
Yeah, go for it. Because that's all I've got to say. It's,
I mean, like it's hard. This whole thing is about like films you don't like. But anyway, or don't like as much. Thor 2 Dark World, didn't watch this in cinema. I watched this on Netflix. It's not on Netflix anymore, or it might be. Netflix haven't got all the Marvel films on it as they used to. But it was. I've written director, not Branagh. Because Kenneth Branagh did the first one.
Well,
I don't know. It's just not him. So I remember like watching it and being like, oh, is this the same? And it's not.
Kenneth Branagh.
I've got. You used to give like descriptions of what the film was about. but I guess everyone's seen First Avengers, they know what it's about. I've put it down on Wikipedia. They describe it as, took me hours to get this.
Yeah.
Thor teams up with Loki to save the 9 realms from the Dark Elves, led by the Vengeful Malekith, who's Christopher Eccleston.
Mm-hmm.
Completely wasted in that. Who intends to plunge the universe into darkness. Isn't really what he wants to do.
Right.
He wants to control the ether, which is, as we know, the reality stone. So I think actually he wants to create a new reality.
Okay.
The threat is, like, the idea is that he's going to plunge it all into darkness. And he's like, Malekith is like his wife and son are dead or something. Like he's a revenge, like quite a generic revenge. It was not a very good film.
I've seen it once on Netflix as well.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't remember hating it. I know it's regarded as like the worst one.
Oh, is it?
I just,
have I picked an obvious one?
Yeah,
I didn't realise I did.
And then the one we both picked is like the really obvious one. But
oh, is it?
What don't you like about it?
Tell me. So like in the end of the first one, Thor has like developed and like come to a point, and it's like he's ready to be king kind of thing.
Yes.
And then in Thor 2, he has to undergo that proving again. He kind of steps back again, and like it's again, Thor 2 was like after Avengers, so like it's about dealing with Loki and like that whole Loki thing, and Thor has not really reached the point at which you think he's at the end of Thor 1, I would say. That's my feeling, and he has to sort of, when you have to walk a character back through arcs that they've kind of already done, felt a bit like Blair, not really good. Not like, and I don't know, I was struck by a lot of the sort of finagling, contriving, like the way that Jane Foster meets up with Thor in this one is like the 9 realms are like coalescing, like they're kind of there's a convergence happening or some bloody thing, and it means that there are portals popping up all over the world, all over the galaxy, all over the 9 realms, and in London that localizes into an abandoned factory, and they happen to be in this factory where all this stuff is happening.
That's how it would happen?
No, it's not.
Yes, that's how exactly how it would happen.
And the point of Thor, the original Thor, was that they were like these scientists, very rigorous, empirical sort of people who believed in facts and figures and calculating the universe. And then like we're just going to walk into this factory. These kids are playing around with this like dimension-changing portal. Oh, Jane's just going to walk in and like walk into a portal.
I don't know why she's in the second one.
Yeah, it's a romantic thing. She's like the romance interest.
I know, but I think she's mentioned in Age of Ultron, and they're just like, oh, she's away. She's working. And then in the third one,
no mention. I think she's been snapped, hasn't she? Like
does he not say she broke up with him or something? There's a wee joke when they get to New York.
Anyway, that's Ragnarok.
Anyway,
Ragnarok. Yeah. We're not talking about Ragnarok.
It's the third one.
I thought you were talking about the third Avengers film. Anyway, it was just a bit. I can't talk about it too much. So I remember just not being particularly taken by it. Like Loki has that death sequence. You're like, oh, Loki, he's dead, and then oh no, he's not. He's Odin. Like, how does he? What? Where did Odin go? It's not very like dramatic without any of the real punch.
What's the villain called again? The actor?
Malekith, and it's Christopher Eccleston.
I think since then he's kind of been like,
not gonna cough. Carry on.
It's either he didn't. It's Crystal Dowd. I think that's like I don't remember being on it.
Yeah, he's like the love interest for Jane Foster.
Yeah, but like
they go on one date.
There's a funny interview where he's like, someone's trying to like be like, and how do you think the Marvel films are going? And he's like, what? And he's like, because you were in.
Yeah.
And he's like, I totally forgot I was in that. Who was I in that? It's pretty funny. But yeah, that Christopher Eccleston since has been like, it's pretty rubbish.
Yeah, I hated a lot of his backstory cut. Like there was a lot more like trying to get him, like make him one of those villains who you motivate and empathise with. Like you understand what he wants. They do that whole thing in the past where it's like Odin's dad killed Malekith.
Again?
Yeah. Like Odin's dad's like fucked up again.
Odin he's a bad person.
He keeps doing shit and just sort of being like, oh, we'll put it in a vault. And
it's not going to fix your problems.
Yeah, you can't just bury shit in a vault, man. Yeah. Odin should know better. Being the All-Father.
Anything else to add? Just...
I like the grenades that the Dark Elves had. It was like very visual effects. It was really cool, and the bit where Thor and Malekith are like fighting through dimensions. Very visually. Like,
I remember that,
cool. And I would have loved that on the screen. Like, I think a lot of the flaws that I felt in that film would have been kind of pasted over. I watched it on a big screen and been like, bloody hell, he's flying through the live realm. He's flying through the 9 realms. I would have been willing to overlook a lot more stuff for visual impact, which the film had a lot of.
I get you.
Yeah,
I'm on your side.
Thanks. Always been sad when Frigga died. I was quite sad.
But again, I don't even remember.
She wasn't in the first one, like, basically at all. And they're like, oh, now he's got a mum. Oh, no.
I remember the bit, does Loki imagine her? Is she like a hologram or something? When he's in jail? And then she goes away?
Yeah. She's like, she can kind of teleport in to
Maybe
visit
I should
him.
rewatch that.
Maybe. I mean, I would think you've got better things to do. It's 2 hours long. It's really long.
I don't...
You know anything better to do?
No.
Talk about your next film.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I disagree with this.
2016... director Scott Derrickson, who
Derrickson. Is his name Derrickson?
Derrickson,
son of Derek.
Derrickson.
Look at that, Derrickson. I didn't know that.
He done Sinister, the film.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a bit of similarity there. Trippy moments.
Yeah, not really.
All right, sorry.
I don't like. Right, okay. If you haven't seen Doctor Strange,
I don't think it's on Netflix anymore.
It's hard to explain.
It's an origin story for the Sorcerer Supreme.
It is that, but it's like Guy. He's like a surgeon. He's the shit.
He really
is
good.
The shit.
He's really good at his job.
He's driving.
Yeah.
He gets a phone call about one of the other Avengers. I can't remember who it is. It might be War Machine.
Really?
It's just fucked up his back. Yeah.
Is that the...
It's a little Easter egg.
That's cool.
And it's almost Easter. And Lent's almost over, guys. I can eat some crisps.
I can't wait.
And chocolate and have a can of Pepsi.
You're gross. So why would you have a Pepsi can when you could have a Coke can?
I like Pepsi.
Yeah, that's wrong.
So he's driving and then he like drives off a cliff.
Yeah, that's basically it.
He fucks up his arms, his hands, and
those are his things. They're important.
Yeah, they're like And I'm just watching the seagull shouting out the window, and so he needs surgery. Yeah, his hands are all fucked. He can't move
Modern
his hands.
medicine is incapable of fixing him.
And then he hears like some guy fucked up his hands.
He broke his spine. You haven't even seen this film. He breaks his spine. He's playing basketball. You're like, Jesus, how do you know you broke your spine?
And then he's like, magic, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's like,
magic, mate.
I like gems and crystals and stuff.
Yeah, I was like, this in the cinema. What is happening?
And then the film gets really interesting from there.
Nah.
No.
And then from there, it's the introduction to all this film is the introduction to magic into Marvel films.
All it is.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
It means nothing to me.
Okay.
So what I don't like about it,
go on.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
You don't like Benedict Cumberbatch?
But I don't like him in anything.
That's gonna handicap your appreciation of that film.
He's a bit of a wet wipe.
A wet wipe. Okay. I'm not. This is your moment. Go on.
I hate his accent.
His accent.
It's a
weird accent.
It's like, you know what? It's like someone doing a bad American accent.
Okay.
Impression, which he is doing.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I thought it was alright.
I don't like his character. He's quite. I know he's meant to be a shit at the start.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of him, but I just don't. There's no point. I'm like, I relate to him. Just not very likable.
Not
all
very
round.
Likeable. Yeah.
Visuals. I know that's what everyone was like. People were like, you need to see it in 3D. You need to see it on a big screen.
Yeah.
Meh.
I saw it on the big screen. It's in 3D.
I think they're over bloated. CGI, yeah, it's cool and it's amazing what we can do. It's the same when I've seen Inception, and obviously there was a lot of comparisons between the two. It's like, it looks cool, it looks great, but it is just someone at a computer like...
He's doing like finger tapping.
I'm doing like the nerds.
Yeah, he doesn't like nerds.
I do.
I think all of that is fine to say.
I've got lots more.
Carry on.
Mads Mikkelsen, he's the somewhat villain.
Yeah.
He's got makeup on.
Yeah.
That's literally all I can remember about him.
He kills his followers with gleeful aplomb.
Oh my God.
He's a bad dude.
Yeah, he's obviously underused because Mads Mikkelsen's fantastic.
He's really good. I think, he's like a bad sorcerer, and he is there's a school of sorcery, and then people fall from the light, and they do bad dark magic shit, and it's sort of all that you've seen and heard before, but in the Marvel universe, it's new. So there we are. He's like a bad Jedi. He's a Sith.
Yeah, he
follows Horus or whatever his name is.
But I mean,
the dark one.
Who cares?
The World Eater.
Humor out of place. There's a joke about. They hand him like
the Wi-Fi
a little
password.
bit of, it's like a little thing on a piece of paper, and he's like, "Is this my mantra?" And he's like, "Oh no, it's the Wi-Fi password."
And that's the joke.
And that's the joke. And then he's got like a little familiar called Wong, and he says, "Oh, my name is Wong." Yeah. And he says, "Oh, you've just got one name. Were you like Beyonce or something?" And the cinema was like.
The whole cinema was a moment of silence.
It was a bad time. Remind me to not edit out those moments of silence.
I'll remind you not to do that.
The joke doesn't work.
Well, we can just make some silence now.
No idea what Doctor Strange's powers are. He does a little dance and a little shield comes up.
Yeah.
Like, see compared to Infinity War, how far he's come with his magic. Because in Infinity War, he like makes like 100 of himself.
He fights Thanos one-on-one.
He's got like a whip.
Yeah.
And shit. It's real good.
He's real good.
And that he's making shields a lot of the time.
He's learning in that one.
Right, don't start because that's bad.
It's bad. No, I can't even defend it.
The magical shields action scenes I have written down.
Right.
Poor.
0
out of 10.
When they're jumping through the sling ring bits, not good.
What's that?
The sling ring is that thing that makes.
That's all right.
That's okay.
Rad. That's all right. Rachel McAdams, she's just in it to prove like so he's got someone to be like, that's your girlfriend, I guess.
It humanises people, isn't it, when they have love?
Nah, it's just I think it
doesn't humanise them.
It obviously does. I don't like this film, Callum.
All right.
You
haven't mentioned Tilda Swinton at all.
I don't know what to say about her because she's just kind of like there.
Right.
She dies in it.
She's quite a strong.
She's bald in it.
Element for me. But there we are. You didn't like it. Fair enough. What's your pro? You got.
I have one pro, and it introduces magic.
So it's not magic you got an issue with.
It's I wanted to be a magician when I was younger.
Like an actual, you wanted to be Doctor Strange. Maybe this is like...
I didn't want to be Doctor Strange.
Like processed jealousy that's happening.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing it does pretty well, because you're not like... As much as... Like,
Dormammu, his name is Dormammu.
At the end, when he's like... He gets the time stone, so he keeps going over... Basically, there's this... What's his name?
Dormammu.
He is going to destroy Earth. Doctor Strange kind of captures him in this like 10-second loop where he just keeps repeating himself, and that was interesting because it'd never been done before.
Yeah,
like it was not just a big thing it was a big thing shooting into the sky.
It's a showdown,
but yeah, and it's just like he's outsmarted him.
Yeah,
and there's a bit with an apple that like is reversing through time.
Yeah, which it was a bit odd the way that worked, but there we are. The time stone is a bit sort of a MacGuffin magical thing.
I just think a lot of the characters are done better when they're with other... I don't know if that... Because Doctor Strange, like... It's not like he interacts better with other people. There's like a wee quip-off between him and Stark when they meet each other, but like his powers are like a million times better in Infinity War. Yeah.
Well, like he's a closed box, isn't he? Like he's very mysterious. He's seen stuff in Infinity War that like... No, he's seen the end of... He's seen Endgame, basically. And you're sort of...
He's watched the 3-hour film.
He's done it. He watched it like 14 million versions of it.
Yeah.
So like that's... his scale of power is pretty like unbounded. So like how do you make that relatable, interesting? Make him an arsehole, I suppose, is their solution.
I think he was like in the comics as well, like...
Yeah. He does a lot of stuff with Spider-Man, which I really like. And I hope they do that in more Spider-Man films. They like him hanging out with Doctor Strange. Yeah, because like... It's all sort of like Valley of the Mind stuff. I remember in Ultimate Comics, he has a date with Mary Jane. It's a whole comic, and he's having this date, and it turns out he's having a date with a demon, and he's been caught in one of like Doctor Strange's sort of weird artifacts have broken loose, and he's having to like navigate this dreamscape with Doctor Strange like teleporting in or helping him, and it's like really cool.
It's really interesting.
Cool. Yeah, be a good little film.
I don't like it.
Fair?
I do not like it.
You're not going to watch the second one?
Yeah, obviously.
You are.
I will still be there opening day.
Yeah.
To see it.
That's the problem.
Because I'm a big weirdo.
Now we get to do our congruent one. No, my second one. My second one is Guardians. Did you call me an idiot?
I don't know what I said. I think I said give me it.
Give me it. I thought you called me an idiot.
No, I'll call you that if you want.
I'm not an idiot. Guardians 2. Guardians 2.
Why don't you like it?
I think when we talked about stakes, Marvel stakes, in the way that like you have to like set up this threat, and in order to make the film sort of appear like the tension is real or the consequences are real. Guardians 2 is essentially Guardians 1, right? He's like Chris Pratt, Star-Lord, is working through his family issues. This time he's processing his dad. Last time he's processing his mum. First one, he doesn't need... It's not the stakes of the universe. He's just like teaming up with these people and like figuring out his issues. This one, he's figuring out his issues, but he's also got to save the world from like a weird purple thing.
Yeah, that's
like it's just like it's literally like he puts a plant, like Kurt Russell puts a plant in the ground on every planet, and it's like it becomes like gelatin or something, and that is like we need to save the world from gelatin.
But what is his actual plan? Like, is he wants to start again with like
essentially him, like he wants to repopulate the earth.
He went with his son.
No, his son is going to rule with him, Darth Vader style. Like there's a Darth Vader reference sort of thing.
A lot of the I hated it when I seen it the first time.
Really good soundtrack,
and it's just not as good as the first one. But
it's reconstituting the first one.
It's got some good stuff on it, but rewatched it, and I think the worst bit's the end. See when they just start using their powers
to fight, and he's a Pac-Man,
and he turns into a Pac-Man. That's
not the end. The end bit is...
It's embarrassing though.
The end bit is he was your father, but he wasn't your daddy, which was also quite good.
Did you like that?
I would thought that came.
See when he came down, he said, "I'm Mary Poppins, y'all." Like everyone was laughing.
Yeah, it was weird. He's so underused. Merle from Walking Dead is underused, and that was it. So then when they bring him into that, I dug it. But overall, I think when I came out of it, I was like, God, so like the world has been saved from like gelatin. Like
yeah,
the fuck.
That's your nightmare.
Gelatin?
As a vegetarian.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Animal product.
I tried to give him a wine gum, and he turned me down.
There's fate of the universe, mate. They're destroying us.
Yep, gelatin.
Kurt Russell, it was good when he turned into, what's it? I'm trying to be positive a
David
bit more.
Hasselhoff?
Yeah, an older David Hasselhoff. It's like, why can't you turn into young Hasselhoff? You can do whatever you want. But that was quite
because
good.
David Hasselhoff is old.
It's an old man, and it's a good moment. Yeah.
What about this de-aging at the start, when he's got the chin?
Yeah.
And he's like a plastic man.
Yeah. He's an alien, though, so, like, maybe that's just what he thinks a human is. It was weird, yeah. It's just, it was a bit of a... And, like... There's so many things that I kind of wanted to enjoy. I really like the opening sequence. That's
when they're driving.
No, when they're fighting that
Mr. Blue Sky.
the sovereign are ordering them to, like, you need to look after our batteries, or so, like our batteries are under threat. And then this big alien thing comes down. It doesn't seem interested in the batteries at all. It just seemed interested in killing them.
Yeah.
But that sequence where little Groot is playing around,
he's like, dancing.
Yeah, apparently that's Gunn dancing.
Yeah, the other one.
Minor fact.
No, is it Rocket he does? What's his brother called?
I don't know. But, like the dance sequence, like where Groot is dancing about, apparently that's James Gunn doing mocap.
Just doing some
mocap
tweets,
and it was
some weird tweets,
and it was good. And I liked that bit, and I was very into young Groot. Young Groot was quite a cool character, but I think the way it tried to elevate itself to, like, the Guardians, like every day they're saving the universe. It's like, no, they don't need to save the universe every day. I'd rather that a tighter story with the actual processing the dad stuff. Because the dad stuff works. It's like her and then Gamora and Nebula talking about their dad.
Yeah.
Like a lot of dad discussion. And I kind of think, like, believe in your story enough to, like, say the universe wasn't in danger this day. They just hung out on that planet. Ego.
Yeah, smaller stories are better.
I think so.
They work. You need the big stories for the Avengers. And
Well, this is both Thor 2 and Guardians 2 are sequels. And I think they kind of drifted from their initial, like, they had to raise the stakes. Thor is like the fate of that little town. Mm-hmm. Guardians, it's like the fate of that planet. And then, we can't do fate of an alien planet. We've got to do fate of bloody universe now. Yeah. And Thor 2 is, it's the fate of the bloody universe. Mm-hmm. And it's like, the universe, I feel like I don't even care. You know, I shouldn't be that bothered. But I'm in the universe. I'm part of that.
The smaller stories, the Homecomings and Ant-Man's are my favourite because they're tighter and you care and it's easier to follow and you know what's at stake. It's not just what you're saying, like, oh, the universe is going to be destroyed. You know, where
that old hat. Old.
Well, you know what I mean. Like,
no, I agree.
It's overdone.
Let's do the last one.
No, let's keep talking about
Guardians.
Talk about
Guardians too. There are bits to recommend it. Certainly, I like the galaxy hopping sequence. Well, not dimension hopping sequence where we learn about, like, the sort of hexagonal thing and that ships can teleport, and they kind of do like a 2001 Space Odyssey. Yeah, I did actually. If you don't mind.
Do you like weird things in these films?
I'm a weird... no, like, right in.
Remember your Professor Hulk theory?
I remember it. I stand by it. There's a pound rest on that. I'd hold you to that pound.
Obviously not going to happen.
If he becomes, like,
no, you said if he, like, leads the Avengers.
No, all right, okay. The bet is on Professor Hulk as a character being introduced.
No, I think that will happen.
Oh, okay. All right, the bet is on him leading the team. I'm willing to bet a pound on that.
Right, that's obviously right. Anyway, that is. Obviously, that's not going to happen.
Join the bet, guys. Get involved.
Yeah, join the bet if you want. Bet Fred.
We'll put it up. You can't do that. That's not. Any other thoughts on Guardians 2?
I think Guardians 1's so good and so tight, and there's so few, like, wasted scenes.
Yeah.
And then in that, it's just kind of, it's like a stepping stone. A lot of these are really disappointing because they feel like just a stepping stone to the next thing.
Yeah, I don't even know what that was stepping into.
Yeah, do you know what I mean though? But it's so forgettable.
Yeah, I think I liked the idea of him being kind of part Eternal or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. And he gives that up.
He gives it up. Doesn't need it. He can literally create matter, and he's like, fuck that. I'm gonna kill my dad because he smashed my machine.
Well, he killed his mum as well.
He did give his mum brain cancer, which seemed really like a bit of a roundabout way of killing someone.
I had to do it, not just like snapping your fingers.
Yeah, breaking a neck, but nah, brain cancer, painful, agonising death.
Yeah, but let's move on because Guardians, I don't know,
I hope
it's not very good.
I hope that people write in. I always hope that. But I hope they defend these films. So I feel like this is such a negative Nancy podcast.
Well, it's the three worst, isn't it?
Yeah,
I guess. The three worst each. What's your last one?
What's your last one?
Iron Man 3.
Same.
It's bad.
Can I give my 2 sentences?
Yeah.
That I got off Wikipedia? Tony Stark wrestles with the ramifications of the Avengers, comma, during a national terrorism campaign on the United States led by the mysterious Mandarin. That is literally what it said on Wikipedia. Is that film about that?
No.
No, they're wrong. People can write mad shit on Wikipedia and they get away with it.
How is that film about that?
It's not. He's not dealing with any of the ramifications. My voice is going. I'm noticing it.
It's not.
It's going. I feel it.
It's not scratchy.
Anyway, what do you think? What's your 2 sentences?
Yeah, so I'll give all my cons and we'll talk through them, I guess. So it's directed by Shane Black, and that in itself is quite disappointing because he's.
I know. I went into it kind of thinking that'd be quite cool. Like,
he does
good films.
Yeah, but he also does like meh as well.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot of meh nowadays. Not really, because I mean,
you've
Nice
lost your way,
Shane.
You've lost your way.
It's like he done that, and then Nice Guys, and then The Predator.
Yeah.
So it's like crap, then good, then crap.
Next one's gonna be good then.
Yeah, maybe that's how he works.
Maybe that's how he works.
I didn't like the story, the overall story. It just feels so disjointed.
Yeah, he's walking through the same character arcs that he had to walk through in Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 1. Like, stop being so arrogant. Okay, I'll be a bit humble. Now I'm gonna be arrogant again. You need to be a bit more humble.
No,
okay, I'll be humble.
I mean the actual like feeling of it feels like it was a script for like something else. Like it's so disjointed from the rest of the universe. It feels like, and he's just out on his own. Like I like that he's kind of out on his own and not got his suit.
Did you like Guy Pearce?
It's okay.
Do you like Ben Kingsley?
Like that's the thing. Like I don't like that. Like I like those actors, but not as the Mandarin.
The Mandarin was like he was big promise, wasn't he? Like he was a big bad in those. Like he was in one of the
just pick
end credits. Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
give us an actual villain.
Yeah, don't like flip it halfway through and like, oh, he's really an English guy that likes talking about football.
And actually, it's a political story that we're trying to tell about how like the real enemies of power play off politics against one another in order to manipulate a public. Iron Man can fix that with punches. Like, no.
It's got that scene that they all fall out the plane.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's a good one. I kind of like when his house gets blown up because it's like, yeah, obviously you tell people where you are, you tell terrorists where your house is. Like,
well, you're a superhero.
The fuck do you think's gonna happen? You fucking moron. Potts was put in unreasonable risk there because he's an arrogant arsehole.
Well, she wakes up as well, and there's like an Iron Man suit right beside her as well. So it's just she's not having a good time in that.
No, it's like needlessly putting her at risk.
Yeah,
needlessly. You're supposed to like this person. You're like, oh, bomb here.
Yeah,
where she is.
The invincible henchmen as well. Yeah. I don't like.
The power, like
they're just dull.
And
it feels like too much of a standalone film, and these films are good when they.
Right, what do you think? You think Captain America would have helped, or like?
No. I like that's the first point I had. Like, it just feels like too much of. It just doesn't feel like it belongs in this universe. Yeah. When you watch it, the tone's just so dark, and he's out in like the snow on his own. It's just.
I like the Iron Legion stuff. No, not the Iron Legion is Ultron. Like all his suits coming out and like doing a weird fight.
Mm-hmm. Well, at the end.
Yeah. I kind of thought that was, but then he's like, "Oh, I'm not going to be Iron Man anymore," and then like.
But he gets the surgery at the end. I remember watching that in the cinema and being like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like, so is he?
Shane Black was like, "I'm gonna round this all out."
Yeah, this is the trilogy you get.
Tony Stark's done with it. It's like.
I think he's got the worst trilogy.
I think he does. I think he's got the worst trilogy. Yes, I agree. I feel like. He has to do the same stuff over and over again, and like, oh, I'm sick of being Iron Man. I don't want to be the hero. Oh, I'm going to be the hero. Oh, I don't want to be the hero.
Yeah.
Fucking make up your mind, Tony.
The Pepper Potts stuff is embarrassing.
She keeps pulling him in.
No, when she becomes a superhero.
Oh, when she gets powered up.
It's embarrassing.
She needs to do something in that film.
I suppose, yeah.
Like, she can't just run Stark Industries. Like that should be credible enough, but no, she's got to do some punching as well.
Yeah, maybe it's that. Maybe they just wanted to. I don't know what she's going to do in Endgame. Maybe she'll get in an Iron Man suit.
Maybe.
I wonder if she'll die.
Maybe. We don't know. Did she get snapped?
No, she's in the trailer.
Oh, of course. My apologies, Liam.
It's okay. It's okay.
I haven't watched the trailer.
And I think overall, it's just like it's a disappointing Shane Black film.
It's a twist. It's a film with a twist. Shane Black doesn't do twists very often.
He does like quirky dialogue.
Yeah. And that's just not. I guess the Ben Kingsley stuff was the quirky, like, oh,
it's funny.
Hey, like, look at this.
Did you like the child? Did you like his little sidekick?
Nah, not really. I feel like that would be cool if they like introduced like a smart, like, I guess Peter Parker's that, like he's kind of the protege of Stark.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be cool if like maybe like a Shuri type thing went on instead, where like she's actually of equal if not greater intelligence.
I think she becomes Ironheart.
Someone becomes Ironheart. A black girl does become Ironheart. I don't know whether it is Shuri.
Sorry, I don't see colour.
You don't see colour?
No.
Are you blind? What?
Didn't even register.
Oh well, I think that's the. I haven't read Ironheart, but I think that's. I don't know if it's Shuri though. I feel like you're being the racist.
No, I think it is. Where's a pound? Give me a pound.
We could Google it.
Take your phone down. It takes too long.
Give us a round off about these Tony Stark.
These are like these. I think it's weird to talk about your least favorite because it's not like they've yet to do a Justice League or a
Riri Williams, not Shuri. She's an American girl. You owe me £1.
I'm not giving you £1. We didn't shake on it. But it's hard to talk about them because, like, to talk about your least favourite. Cool.
Doesn't care. He's so annoyed.
No, I'm not. But it's just like there isn't the one that's like terrible.
Is there not one that's terrible?
They're more bland.
Yeah, like it's always kind of funny. It always has a kind of good quip. It always has some quite good special effects.
Yeah,
and like if you're just sitting to escape, as you say, I feel like I agree with you. Cinema is about escapism primarily, and Marvel films always you are like for 90 minutes, maybe not the whole film, but for 90 minutes, guaranteed you're going to be like away.
Yeah,
and that it does that pretty consistently.
I would rather a film's really good or really bad. I don't like films in the middle.
Yeah.
Because with a really bad film, it can be unintentionally funny.
So you'd rather these films were worse?
No, I don't.
No, I feel like because they do kind of taint the whole a little bit with these characters that persist and the consequences that persist. Like I want all of it to be of a certain caliber so that I care about the continued existence of these characters or the loss of those characters. Like Loki got to the point in Thor 2, Thor 3 even, it kind of got to the point where it's like I don't know what you're about. Like you're just like you're this random.
Are you good or bad?
Yeah, are you good or bad? Are you just about mischief? Like the god of mischief, who's sort of now I'm
He's
good,
cheeky.
now I'm bad, now I miss my mum, now I'm angry. Like pick something, and then I'll care about your continued existence. Him getting done in the neck, I thought, yeah.
Who's got the best trilogy?
I would say Captain America.
Captain America.
Yeah, even though you've like poo-pooed the first one, you poo-pooed it.
Oh.
You're gonna keep that in if I say it a third time.
Say it again.
He's poo-pooed it.
Oh my god, I hate it. It's just lowering the tone, really.
Oh, because the tone is so excellent.
Yeah, it's good.
Delete it then. Take it out.
No, because like it's a lot to edit, Callum.
We're at the 40-minute mark.
So, yeah, I think he's got the best trilogy overall.
Even though he's got no real villain.
That's fine though.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Crossbone should have been.
We're gonna have to save some of this because now we're talking about good films. And we're gonna have to the next podcast.
Yeah, well,
let's just round up 40 minutes.
Yeah, so that's. I mean, I hope it's been enjoyable. I hope you agree
Again,
with our picks or disagree. I don't know.
I hope you have thoughts.
What's your thought?
Tell us. Tell each other if you want. I don't know if people talk about this podcast outside of
probably how bad it is.
Yeah, well, it takes some time out from that bit and be like, actually engage with it.
People are like, I listen to your podcast and I'm like,
tell us.
Do you like it? Do you not like it?
Yeah.
You know, give me some feedback.
Yeah, we seem very needy at the end of these, I always find.
I'm needy.
Follow me at 6 Out.
Yeah.
Follow us at 6 Out.
Subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Spotify, all the good stuff. And next week we will be back with best Marvel films.
3 best. Or maybe we've done 5 here. We promised 6 and we've done 5. But hey.
Would you find it easier to do your best or worst?
I find it easy to my best.
Right, okay. That's cool. So next week, we'll be discussing that. So thank you very much.
Tune in. We might do a review one day. Who knows?
What do you want to review?
I'd review Sisters Brothers. I'd review Pet Sematary. I'd review Dumbo even. I'd review anything.
We'll do something.
Review something.
Something's coming.
We're supposed to do reviews here sometimes.
Right, okay. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.
See you then.
Bye.